Yeah.
So we really think that the solution is not more shelters, but more affordable housing, and particularly housing that's targeted to those who are most in need, and making sure that the services that are provided for folks in the housing so that you can help keep them there. They don't end up back on the streets because they've, they haven't addressed the issues that they're dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll share a personal story as to why working collaboratively with folks that take the opportunity to have stewardship of the homeless population is important to me. My oldest sister, actually she's not my oldest sister, she's 3 years older than me, had a brain tumor. We had no idea that she had a brain tumor. She just had learning difficulties and socializing difficulties, and we never could figure out what it was, but later on in her life we realized that she had a tumor and it was inoperable. They gave her 6 months to live. She actually lived 12 years. Wow. But the tumor created such a dysfunction within her soul, within herself, she became homeless. She became a drug addict and was using different drugs and living on the streets, and chose to live on the streets because she just was not able to think correctly and work well with other folks in apartments. She would be kicked out on the streets and so forth. And so for 12 years, she lived off and on the street, and I and my family and everyone did everything we could. But to no avail. She'll be 6 months in housing, and then the rest of the time on the streets doing drugs and doing things to harm herself. And she eventually died on the streets by herself. And as a city council person, there are all these stories of the role of city council and what's important for city council. And when it hits home that homelessness is not something that most of these folks have chosen for themselves, it's something that's happened to them. Mm-hmm. And we're providing assistance, providing direction, and providing leadership that you guys do. A lot of families like mine may have had a different ending. My sister may have had a happier ending. And so as your city council person, I commit not just on a theoretical level or on a public service level, but on a personal level. My family would have been greatly assisted by the good work that you guys are doing. And I can assure you, I will not turn my back on the work that you do. I would be one of your strongest advocates and supporters to make sure that our homeless community, that those folks have an opportunity to have a decent home, decent place to live in, that they can live with respect and live with dignity, and we find steps to get them from the streets to housing, to working.
That's great.
And that's what you guys do, and I tell you, I'm very honored. I was very happy that you guys allowed me to come and walk with you today and to listen. So.
Well, great. We appreciate you doing that.